Today we are making some beef jerky. I like this brand and I really like the original recipe. They do come with other flavors, but this seems to be the best for me. The others are very good too. I just prefer the original recipe. This is what it looks like. This is the seasoning and this is the jerky cure. I'm going to mix a little bit of water in here with these two, and then I bought 2 pounds. This makes 2 pounds. So I bought 2 pounds of extra lean ground beef, which is 96% fat-free. That is the best to make beef jerky. And then I'm going to load up the dehydrator, which is also the same brand, by the way. This is a very good brand. I've seen some cheaper dehydrators, but this seems to be the best one and lasts the longest from what I've seen on YouTube. Well, I gotta take my rings off and wash my hands to get started. So here's the way this works. I've had the ground beef and the jerky mixture. I mixed it real good, had it marinated in the refrigerator for a couple hours. Then I loaded my jerky shooter with the oval tip. Now I'm ready to start making the strips. We're going to make the strips by pumping, and I usually make 1 long strip, and I keep going around, and I make a short strip to fill in the space. So here we go, we finished the last tray, and those 2 pounds filled 5 of these trays at the spacing that I do. So now we just stack it up like that, put the top on, set it at 160, which is the temperature for this kind of meat, and all we have to do is plug it in. Voila! All in about 3.5 hours we should have beef jerky, and all we would have to do then is put them in Ziploc bags, or I can also vacuum seal them, and that way they last a little longer. Okay, so it's been almost 4 hours. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. And here it is. They feel a little crunchy on the outside, but inside they're a little bit soft. So they're kind of chewy. Let's give it a taste test. Exactly like I described it. They're crunchy on the outside and the edges, and the inside it's kind of chewy, and you can taste the flavor of the seasoning very well. It's one of my favorite seasoning. Alright, I finished chewing that last taste piece. So now what I like to do is I'm going to pat dry those droplets. You can see some droplets we started out with 96% fat-free ground beef. That's the highest fat-free percent that I could find. And the reason for that is to have less fat in the meat. But you still have 4%, and this has been dehydrated. There's no moisture in it, but the fat, it liquefies and you can see those little droplets. And all I like to do is I just pat them dry. Like that. And now it's almost fat-free because whatever I remove there, it's not in the meat anymore. Okay, for this last batch or the last tray, instead of putting them in a Ziploc bag, I'm going to vacuum seal them just to show you what I would do in preparation for a hurricane. Before the hurricane arrives, I would make some beef jerky and vacuum seal them, not knowing how long I need to store them until the power is restored to my house. So the way you do that is you will unlock this, and it has a roll inside, and I'm going to cut a bag, so let's say right about here. So I'm going to cut that bag. Oops, didn't press enough. Let me try it again. There you go. So now the bag is open on both sides. So you see this strip over here? This is what seals the bag, so I'm just going to put it on one end, line it up like that, close, lock, and I'm going to press this seal. And you see it turned red, and just wait until it turns green or it turns off. That's it. That means that it's sealed. And here you can see that it's sealed. It's a very nice melt there. So now I'm going to get all the beef jerkies in here, and I'll show you what that looks like. So here we go. You have the beef jerky in here. One side is open. I'm going to put that side. This is the vacuum opening of the machine, and here's the seal of the machine. So I'm going to put this opening so that it overlaps into the vacuum opening. And then I hold it there, lock it. Now I'm going to hit this button which says vacuum and seal. Now the machine is sealing over here, rather there, and it just went off. So now I unlock it, and there you have a perfect seal all the way across, and you can see that this has had the air sucked out of it. Now I can store it for longer periods of time. And that's about it. It's very simple and very effective.